So you mean to tell me that you've been trying to get on this show for 9 years and this is what you pull out the box? Literally. Okay. Hi guys, it's your girl Ayesha and welcome to the Drag Race Lowdown. Okay, we've had the All-Stars roundup. This here is the Drag Race Lowdown because yes, it's only 2 weeks later and we're back in Drag Race land. I can't even believe that it's happened so quickly, but hey ho, here we go. And the thing is as well, I'm pretty sure that Drag Race UK is happening this year as well. It is, isn't it? Man, we're getting Drag Race overload. My heart can't take it. So we've been treated to 15 queens this season. Only one of them I already know, not personally, obviously, but you know, well, do you know what? If you've been living under a rock, maybe you don't know who she is, but Miss Vanjie is back in the building, and I know that Vanjie, it's gonna get old real quick, but you know, I'm just like rinsing it out now for all it's worth. After all, she did. The girl, she made some coin from that, most definitely. She literally captured the whole world with just her saying goodbye. I want to be able to do that. But anyway, as I said, I have absolutely no idea who any of these queens are, so this is going to be a really interesting run, and I'm super duper looking forward to seeing what they all can bring. If you're new to my channel, then hello and welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I do like to review all of the Drag Race shows because, like, it's just one of my favorite shows of all time, and it's an excuse to me to just get all glammed up and sit in front of a camera and talk. If you were a fan of All Star Season 4, then you can of course go into my playlist, the All Stars Roundup, and you can check out those episodes there if you fancy just having a little look back. But if not, then, you know, feel free to just stick around and watch this instead. Okay, let's just get straight into it because let's face it, there's a lot of queens, there's a lot to talk about, and we don't really have much time. So I'm going to try and fly through this as quickly as possible. I do have a tendency to chat, so yeah, I need to just try and just cut this down as much as I can. So first and foremost, Miss Vanjie, she comes into the workroom walking backwards. Of course, it's her signature walk now. I'm pretty sure she probably just like walks down to the shops backwards, just saying her own name. That's probably what she ends up doing half of the time. Anyway, so she's wearing this sort of like short red dress with some red stockings and shoes. I'm not a big fan of the outfit, I have to say, but I did like the hair. She had some really big pheromone-esque hair, and I loved the fact that she was covered in glitter. That looked gorgeous. She is a beautiful queen. Like, she's absolutely stunning. I just want to see some more sparkles on the dress, personally. So she comes in and she's hiding behind the dividers in the room, and she's kind of waiting for everyone else to sort of like trickle in. I don't really know how true that is, because let's just face it, after the shenanigans of All Star 4, I mean, we know that not everything in Drag Race is true anyway, but just after seeing like just some terrible editing going on in All Stars, I don't believe anything anymore. You know, like that part there, that could have just been filmed afterwards, you know, and separately, and then they just kind of just like meshed it in. But regardless, we're led to believe that she is there waiting for people to come, and you know, and then she comes out and surprises them. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, and to be honest, I don't really care. Did anybody else watching this think that all of the queens kind of just looked like past queens? Because I sure as hell did. In fact, from the advert, I kept on saying, ooh, she looks like Detox. Ooh, she looks like Mimi I'm First. Ooh, she looks like Naomi Smalls. Like, I don't know, like I just saw a lot of crossovers, but you know, maybe you agree, maybe you don't. Nina West, in my opinion, looks a lot like Mimi I'm First. Whether that's a good thing or not, I'm not entirely sure, sorry. But yeah, so she comes strutting in a yellow trench coat and like a sort of like black hat thing. And black hat thing, it's just a black hat. What am I saying black hat thing for? She just wore a black hat. She went, welcome to season 11. It looks like things just got 11gendary. Girl, you're supposed to be a comedy queen. Okay. I liked the trench coat / dress. I thought it was very, very cute. I would have liked to have seen a higher heel. But apart from that, yeah, she looked all right. One thing that I do like about her is that she takes her inspiration from the Muppets, and I am a massive Muppets fan. And I could kind of see that in like her voice, and in what she put together for the runway. Next up is Sugar Cane. She looked fierce. I really did like her outfit. Head to toe in black, all like rhinestoned or sequins. That she just was just blinging from head to toe. I loved it. I liked her lilac hair. I've actually got lilac hair on today as well. Loved that. She was kind of giving me Sharon Needles vibes actually, but just not quite as gothy. I thought that she had a lovely silhouette, and especially for someone who's only been doing drag for like a year and a half, she looked good. Next, we've got Plastic Tiara, who looked like a cross between Serena Chacha and Violet Chachki. Serena Chacha in the face, but Violet Chachki in terms of just like the costume that she was wearing. Like, she was rhinestoned the house down boots, okay? Like, she looked absolutely stunning in that beautiful purple and nude bodysuit slash cape drape dress thing. Oh, she just looked absolutely beautiful. You could tell that like she was one of those queens who's all about the look. And I adored the rhinestones on her tights. They were done very, very well. There's a particular way to rhinestone your tights, and they looked beautiful. That's literally how Mercedes Iman Diamond walked into the room. No joke. And I hope that you guys appreciate that, because anyhow that my child wakes up from me making that ridiculous noise, I did that for you. So, aside from her ridiculously loud entrance, she looked beautiful. She had this gorgeous, long, flowing white dress on. She was dripping head to toe in diamonds, and she had all the fur and all the rest of it. She looked absolutely stunning. Only thing I would say, and Michelle Visage said it later on in the show as well, is her highlight is way too white. She's given us old Monique Hart before she found the right highlight color. She reminded me a lot of Mariah Balenciaga. Like, they have a very sort of similar bone structure. They paint their face in a similar way. And, you know, she was just stunning. Absolutely beautiful. Next, we have Scarlet Envy, who, let's just be honest, is a very pretty man. Like, just out of drag. He's like ridiculously gorgeous, like model material. All that long flowing hair and that chiseled jaw. Woo! Gorgeous guy. In drag, really reminded me of a cross between Pearl for the face, but Trinity for the tuck, because that was good. That was really, really good. Now, she was wearing a corset that had the goddess Venus on there. And she was like, it's Venus with a penis. Like, okay. Thanks for that. She was cinched for the gods though. Again, a little bit like Violet Chachki. She's kind of like a mixture of all three. But yeah, she looked gorgeous. Next in comes Honey Davenport. Now, I'm not entirely sure about this look. I love me some black and yellow. I love me some beehive. But I don't think that I liked the silhouette of the dress. I think that it came out way too far in the hips for me personally. And I didn't like the hair with it either. I wished that the hair was bigger, maybe up, maybe even up in a beehive, and a different color. So for me, I wasn't too fussed on this look. Not really. Another one from the house of Davenport is Acaria Chanel Davenport, coming in looking rather fishy indeed. Dress-wise, it was just a cute little cocktail dress. It was nothing majorly special. She just looked very, very pretty. That's absolutely fine. I will come for that wig though, because that did look rather gorgeous. So in comes Evie Oddly with a car attached to a feather boa attached to her dress. And like the car is kind of like dragging the boa along the floor because it's remote controlled. She's dressed up looking like the serpent that told Adam and Eve to eat the apple. I don't know. I didn't really like this look. I didn't. But I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. I just didn't like it. In struts Silky Nutmeg Ganache, and she literally pulls a cookie out of her titty and starts munching it right there. I was like, okay. I actually quite liked the look of her in the advert. I thought she looked really fun. She reminds me of a cross between Latrice and Jaden Dior Fierce and Stacey Lane Matthews all rolled into one, but just 180 times louder. Like, when she first walked in, I was like, okay, cool. You know, like, I like her personality. She seems lively. She seems fun. She seems extra. You know, I identify with that. But, boy, in the workroom, she got on my nerves. But we'll get to that in a minute. As for what she was wearing, I wasn't too impressed. I didn't think that the ensemble went together very well. I liked the fur coat on its own. I liked the big hair. I thought she looked very pretty. It was a bit of a mismatch for me, but yeah, I'll take the coat. Now, Brooklyn Heights is wearing my kind of outfit. I love that sort of like military slash ringmaster kind of look with the sort of like red, gold and black aesthetic. I really, really do like that. She always gives me Detox vibes. Like, there's nothing more you can say about that. She just looks like Detox. But yeah, I really did adore this outfit. I do wish that her flag was a bit bigger though, because she came waving like this teeny tiny little Canadian flag. When I say teeny tiny, I'm talking like this big, and it wasn't enough of a moment for me. I also wish that her hair was bigger because it was quite flat to her head. But apart from that, I thought that she looked lovely. Ariel Versace, hello. I loved that humongous dress. Beautiful white, and her hair was massive. I loved the big hair. Her hair was massive. Beautiful platinum white with sort of like unicorny colors on the tips. Fabulous. Her face is gorgeous as well. Beat for the gods. She looked great. Next is Raja Davenport O'Hara. So I don't even know what house she's from. Is she from Davenport? Is she from O'Hara? Or is she just Raja's picnic? I have absolutely no idea. But she comes in with a newspaper themed dress. Very, very nice. You couldn't really see that it was newspaper themed if you were looking from afar. But up close you could see all of the details, hence why she came in saying extra, extra, read all about it, because at first I didn't quite get it, but then I looked closer and I was like, oh, okay, it's made out of newspaper. Not literally, but it was made to look like that. What annoyed me with her was her big ass earrings that kept on falling down, and she just like refused to like let it go. Like in the challenge later on, like they just kept on falling out, and she was just there just like holding them up and everything. It's like, go get some tape on that. Like, I have to tape these to my ears because these things are heavy, okay? And hers were like twice the size. So yeah, I don't think that she really carried that off very well. Kahana Montrese, I think she looked a bit messy. I just felt that the pieces didn't really mesh together very well. And the tights, I can't be dealing with the size of the rhinestones on the tights. They were massive. It was too much. And for me to say that something's too much, like, that's saying something because I'm a lot. But when you're rhinestoning tights, like, they've got to be a certain size. And I just thought that those were just way too big and a bit too clunky. But yeah, like, the whole look for me, it just didn't really sit well. She reminds me of Naomi Smalls though, and I don't mean that Naomi Smalls has, you know, outfits that don't match well. I don't mean that. I just meant just her kind of look, her vibe, and she loves just showing off her body. Like, that for me is very Naomi Smalls. Soju comes in next, and she is repping all of the Korean girls in the house. She is flinging her nunchucks from here to Korea and back again. The look itself, it was all right. It was all right. I wasn't blown away by it personally. I think that the black hair does suit her though, because it makes her face really sort of stand out. So I thought that was quite a good pairing. But she's very skilled with them nunchucks. Like, you don't want to mess with her. Okay, so now on to the mini challenge. So basically there was this big sort of set that was supposed to look like RuPaul's house, supposedly. And in it there's like, you know, framed pictures of like previous queens and like all the winners and stuff like that. And they had to have their picture taken in there, but they had to be the director of this shoot, which isn't actually a very easy job if you're just used to just posing and you haven't got like a great sort of like photographic eye. That can actually be quite a hard thing to do, especially because you have to sort of like visualize yourself from their perspective. So like this is quite a big challenge, I think. Then they threw in the other element of adding in a previous queen into it as well, so that was quite fun because they were really surprised about that. I feel that this is a challenge that I would have really enjoyed because I've always been really interested in being like the photographer's assistant, because I will always see when like a hair is out of place or where a hand should look a certain way, or when, you know, like a skirt needs fixing or your head needs to be tilted to the light more, whatever. Like, I've got a good eye for that sort of thing, so I would have really have enjoyed to have done this, but alas, I am not a drag queen, so you won't be seeing me there anytime soon. I mean, given that this is not a very easy challenge to do, I think they actually did pretty well. I have to say, I loved Jasmine Masters' coat slash dress that she had on. Oh my God, I need to find that material in my life so I can just bathe in it. It was gorgeous, holographic, iridescent. I know they're both different things, but you know what I mean. I think it was more iridescent. I am very much more of an iridescent person. But yeah, it was like iridescent and black. And oh Jesus, oh, it was just absolutely stunning. Like, I could have just ripped that off her and kept it for myself. I mean, the whole point of this challenge was that they had to try and like outshine the other queen. So like, I mean, as I said, I think they actually did a pretty good job. Vanjie took the absolute mick, I think, because like she was paired up with Pheromone, and at one point she just told Pheromone to just turn around, face the wall, hands up, and she just completely just like blocked her out. I was just like, ah! That's one way of outshining somebody, just getting rid of them. However, when it came to Mercedes and Delta Work, there was no chemistry, and Mercedes did not know how to direct at all. Because she was just like, yeah, just sit down there on the couch. And Rue was like, do you want her to sit any type of way? And she's like, no, just sit down. I'm like, girl, you are missing the whole point of this challenge. So yeah, those two didn't really mesh very well together. So Silky won the challenge with Miss Mariah Balenciaga, and I have to say that was a very fantastic photo. They did both look absolutely stunning, but then again, Mariah in anything is just absolutely gorgeous. Personally, I don't feel that Silky outshone Mariah, but I might just be a bit biased because like, I think she's great. That being said, they did make a good pairing. I think that she looked kind of, you know, almost on par with her. I wouldn't say she outshone her, but she was like, getting there. So for the maxi challenge, they were told that their luggage was lost. Obviously it wasn't, but that's what they were told. And that they then had to borrow luggage from previous queens. And so every box had like a different queen's name on it, and Silky got to sort of dish out the boxes to all the different queens. So the challenge was that they had to take the materials that were in that box, which were previously owned by said queens, and create an outfit that represents their drag. Not the queen that's on the box, their own drag. Okay. So I think some of the queens kind of got a little bit mixed up and were doing stuff that really looked like something what the previous queen would have been wearing. But, you know, regardless, it was a good challenge because it meant that they actually had to make something there from scratch with the materials provided. It wasn't like, oh, you can use fabrics from F&F Fabrics, blah, 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 when they clearly don't, and they just like get someone else to just make it and just bring it in. They actually had to sew it out of what was in that box. One thing that kind of bothered me about this was Soju's attitude, and it wasn't that she had a bad attitude. I felt it was a little bit of a lazy attitude because she chose to do a traditional Korean style dress, which required no cinching and required no tucking, and she could pretty much wear flat shoes and didn't really have to do much, and it looked awful. Sorry, but like it looked like she was just like draped in a curtain and then got lost in some netting. It looked horrible, absolutely awful, and it just didn't look like there was enough effort that was made. Silky chose Peppermint's box, and then she starts complaining about the fact that there isn't enough fabric in there to cover up her derriere. And then from there on in, she just gets louder and louder and louder and louder. And oh my goodness, she was getting on everybody's nerves. Like, she was literally just going around, like, just up in everybody's face, winding up herself, rubbing up her belly on everybody, just being so loud and so obnoxious. And, like, it wore thin really, really quickly. So what was quite funny was Miley Cyrus was actually a guest judge on this show, and she went in as a crew member. She had like the whole beard and moustache and everything. So she was there like in disguise, and no one realized that it was her apart from Silky. Boy, cue more loudness. Silky had her like up on her back and was like charging around saying, "I'm like a wrecking ball, blah, blah, blah." And I'm just like, oh my God, Silky, shut up. Like, this is Miley's big moment, you know, like everyone's all like gagged that Miley Cyrus is in the room and all we can hear is you. Girl, shut up and get out. So now we come to the runway. Now, I am going to be honest here. As soon as I saw Rue come out, boy, the noises that I made, like, I don't even know what kind of animal that I turned into, but I was just going crazy. That dress, oh my God, it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. In fact, my hair, backdrop, lashes and eye makeup is actually in tribute to her dress, because like, if you guys know me, then you know that I love seeing purple and turquoise, or lilac and like turquoise put together and in sequin, and with like the big puffy shoulders and just the silhouette of the dress, and oh, everything about it was just heavenly. Like, she looked like an actual goddess. So Plastic Tiara made something very, very beautiful, but it was the exact same silhouette as the outfit that she wore when she first walked into the workroom. It was bodysuit with the flowy cape thing at the back. Still beautiful, tights, rhinestone to perfection. And I loved the black with the red flowers. She looked gorgeous, but I just hope that she brings something else in the coming weeks, because I don't want to see the same silhouette again and again and again, especially as there's more than one queen who is currently rocking that silhouette as well. So that can get boring really quickly. Brooklyn Heights looked like something out of X-Men, and I was totally here for it. Nothing more I can say about it. She looked good. Good. I would totally rock that. I would wear that down to the supermarket. I would wear that down to the park. I would wear that on the bus, whatever. I would wear that, definitely. She looked fabulous, and she sewed the whole thing, and like, she was just, oh, she just looked like a superhero. Honey Davenport reminded me of a blend between Jasmine Masters and Ben de la Creme in this outfit. I was really living for it. I loved the whole like cheeky pink leopard print, which is very Ben de la Creme. The massive flower as well. Like, I thought she did really, really well with this look. It was very summery, very fresh. I like the kind of like honey blonde hair that she had on her as well. Yeah, I thought that she really sold this look. I liked Ariel Versace's poison ganja look that she had going on as well. I loved how massive that her hair was, because I'm a big fan of big hair. I don't know whether I told you that, but I am. And of course, the theme for this season is go wig or go home, and she most certainly ain't going home because of her hair, because it was huge. I thought that she used Laganja's materials really, really well. And I just like that she incorporated it into a character that we all know and love, Poison Ivy. She looked great. Evie Oddly, I liked bits of this. She had Alaska's box, so naturally a lot of plastic stuff was going to be in there. What I did like was the iridescent, like, cling filmy looking wrap that she had, and she kind of made it into like a sort of hooded jacket thing. I did quite like that, and I loved the fact that she painted her head pink and just doused it in glitter. I thought that looked absolutely stunning. The rest of it, but I really liked the kind of like iridescent look that she put with it. Akira Davenport needs to take off that outfit and hand it over to me immediately. End of story. Next. And while she's at it, she can give me the hair too. Well, all of them. She put 5 wigs on her head. Scarlet Envy's dress was nice, but that's about it. It looked very simple. The applique in the front kind of looked like it was just kind of like plonked there. So like, I don't know, it didn't sort of carry on going up to the shoulders. I would have liked to have seen just a bit more detail here, but it was kind of just in the middle. Yeah, like I wasn't altogether blown away by it. Soju, that dress, girl, no. Raja O'Hara had Kennedy Davenport's box, and Kennedy is well known for her pride look, so like she all about that rainbow flag, honey. So Raja went to town with the rainbow tinsel on the shoulders, but also just like the little rainbow ribbon that she had tied around her waist as a belt. Didn't like that. I felt that looked a bit cheap. She could have lost that belt. There was no need for it. Also because it wasn't tied very nicely, so I wasn't really a fan. The boots, I loved the boots. They were lush. Like, they were like red sequin or crystals or glitter or whatever, but they did look beautiful. But that's pretty much the best part of the outfit for me. Now, I know that Michelle Visage doesn't really like a bodysuit, but I'm not mad at it. Mercedes, I actually did quite enjoy this look. I love the different shades of blues that we used. I thought that the boots went really, really well with it. I just really need her to sort out that highlight because it's way too white, and Michelle told her that on the runway, so hopefully she'll take heed and she will sort it out for next week. Sugarcane got Sharon Needles' box, and I thought she looked really, really cute. This is actually something that she probably could have done for like a Sweet 16 challenge or something like that. But yeah, I thought that she looked really cute. I like the pink tutu underneath the black. It gave it a more kind of like fun and sort of flirty, girly sort of feel. But yeah, it was sweet. Now, Vanjie was quite understandably nervous about this because, you know, this is the part where she went home last time, but this time round she turned it out and she looked absolutely beautiful. She had Valentina's box, and yeah, she definitely managed to create something absolutely stunning. And, you know, like, this is what I was saying though about this silhouette, because it's the same silhouette as Plastic Tiara, with the kind of bodysuit and then like the flowy cape bit at the bottom. So I just hope that we're not going to see too many of those because I don't want it to get boring. But credit to Vanjie for putting that together because she looked gorgeous. As for Silky Ganache's look, I wasn't feeling it. I just felt that it didn't look very well finished. What I did like though was the peppermint bag. That's actually inspired me to make one. Yeah, I did like the look of that. I thought that looked really, really cute. But I don't know, maybe it was just like the way that she'd stuck the sequins on to like the cleavage part. Like I didn't like that. It just didn't look that great to me. Nina West, girl. 9 years you've been waiting to get on this show. This is your time. This is your moment. And this is what you come up with. I'll tell you what made me absolutely cry, like literally cry, like actual tears coming out of my eyeballs, was when Carson Kressley said that her dress looked like a rare blood disease. I was like, you are rude. Kahana Montrese's outfit for me was just an absolute hot mess as well. Like, I really wasn't impressed. Like, it was such a mismatch. And the tights, man, I can't be dealing with these tights. God. The stones are just too big. And why did they stop like before you got to like the top of the tights? There's this big massive gap like right in the crotch area. Like, what's going on? She was in the bottom with Soju for obvious reasons and absolutely turned that lip sync out. Soju's dress was getting all caught up in her feet. Like, you know, there was just too much of it going on. And I just didn't feel that she was able to really and truly deliver in such a cumbersome outfit. Whereas Kahana was able to do backflips and just really, really like turn it out and show everybody why she still deserves to be here. So I do think that she was the rightful winner of the lip sync, most definitely. So there you have it, my darlings. That is the end of your Drag Race Lowdown. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I'm sorry if it's a bit long, but there's a lot to get through. There's 15 queens and 15 outfits and two different types of outfits and 2 challenges. Girl, it's a lot, okay? I'm knackered. It's late. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm still here, fully made up. I need to go to sleep and edit this thing for you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Do come back next week where I'll be reviewing next week's show, and let me know in the comments who is your current favorite at the moment. I'm still trying to decide right now, so I'm gonna have a little look at your comments and see what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss next week's one. Take care, guys, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.